Hi, my name is Wangeshi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm with Faiza, the owner of Princess and the Cake.
Hi everyone, my name is Faiza and I am the beautiful owner of Princess and the Cake. And for today, we will be discussing pricing and the reasons why prices are different among home bakers, so as to hopefully have a better understanding about varying prices for both the baker and clients. So this is a conversation that was started on Instagram, and we thought it's better to have it here to reach more people and hopefully benefit you.
Hi, Future Wangeshi here. I'm currently editing this video and I realized it's a little too long, so I decided to split it into two. Next, I was genuinely quite sick while we were filming this video, so at some points my voice dips in and out and I'm technically or kind of zoning out, but it's not because I don't want to be present, it's because I was truly unwell. And that is also the reason why this video took way too long to end up uploaded, because I felt like I look like I'm not present, but I was just sick. And then I got into my head and started thinking, I don't want to post looking like that, but it's good information. We filmed this back in Feb, and in some parts of the video we are talking about how inflation has happened, and it was truly not as bad as it is currently in September, but it's still relevant information, so let's get to watching. Our next point is about policies, so we'll break it down into two major points: how to come up with your policies and how to be firm with your policies.
So this is mostly about what suits you, what makes you comfortable, what works for you. When you look at something like the payment structure and the time frame you have for people to pay the first deposit and the second installment, it's all about what works for you. Because for you, maybe you'd require the deposit a week in advance. This will help you have enough time to plan yourself by doing the shopping for all that is required for this particular cake. Even planning the design, what you need to have. For me, it's usually more of mental, because I have to plan. Some of these cakes, the customer tells you you have free reign, so you'll do whatever you want to do on the cake. I have to sit down, I have to think, what design do I want to do, and then you can't rush art. Kama ile real, you can't rush art. So you need time for that. You can't just tell me the previous day I want this cake and then expect me to deliver to my fully best something that you've given me very little time on it. So with that, I'll have to put in my policy that I take orders a week in advance. Also, the deposit has to be paid a week in advance, or rather, well, it depends on what you're comfortable with. So you're the one who will set it.
Right. The thing for deposit, also deposit is necessary because it genuinely gives you now the go ahead to start the shopping, the planning, because like the way she said, you have free reign on the design. If you spend like 2 hours on Pinterest looking for designs and then there's no confirmation on the order, you've just wasted 2 hours that you could have been doing something else, even if it's just sleeping, researching something that is no longer happening now. So deposit also, like, it now gives you the assurance that this will happen. Or even if, like, say they convince you, I'll pay you on delivery, and then delivery day they ghost you, you have a full cake to figure out, now what do I do with it?
Yeah, deposits are actually very, very important. Sometimes people take it negatively when you ask them for a deposit, especially for the ones who know you or you know them, maybe personally, your friends, your relatives. But then consider this. They might tell you to make a cake for them, maybe a 2 kg cake. They haven't sent the deposit. They require it in 5 days. So you'll make that cake, yes. They haven't paid a deposit or anything, because you know where they live, you know them, their family, or they're your friends. So whatever happens, they'll pay. What if this happens? What if on that day you're supposed to deliver, let's say it's on a Saturday, they call you in the morning, or rather maybe the previous night, and you've already made the cake. They tell you, we've postponed the event, so is it okay if we get the cake a week later? What will you do with that cake? Because they won't take it. They're not having their event on that day. They don't need the cake on that day. You can't, it's not like you're going to force them to take the cake. And even if they require the cake a week later, it won't be fresh. So what are you going to do with that cake? You don't have anywhere else to, or any other person who you can sell it to, so you'll end up going on a loss. Let's say on that day that the cake is needed, something happens. Maybe they fall sick, or anything can happen, and then there won't be anyone to pay you for whatever costs you've incurred making that cake. Even if they're your friend, even if it's family, what will you do? So anything can happen. Deposits are not just for maybe some can say, I'm taking a deposit because I don't know you, I don't trust you, so that's why I'm taking this deposit. But even for the ones who you know, you need a deposit that can at least cater for your expenses and the cost that you've incurred when making this cake.
Another point with the deposit, what I basically say is, you don't have to do 50-50, like 50 in advance, 50 after. For me, mine it's 70 before and 30 after. What you can even do 85. Whatever percentage you put, it's basically for security. If these people cancel, the way she's saying, they cancel on the day off, or say, God forbid, these people were planning an engagement party and then it falls through, how much would you be willing to lose? Or say, not even it fell through, they come pick up the cake and say, I'll M-Pesa you when I get home. How much are you comfortable losing? Because if it's 50-50, if they have a balance of 7k and they've paid you 7k, are you comfortable losing 7k? But from 14k, if you got 10,500 and then you lost 3,500, it's still a significant amount, but it's still not as high as 50% would be. The deposit is to help just in case of anything. If it falls through, how much can you incur to lose without like hurting your business basically? Yeah, because utapata, the money that you've lost is what you'd have paid yourself, the profit. That one is easier to lose as opposed to losing the whole amount, and you still have to restock your goods. Maybe you didn't pay your supplier for the chocolate. You never know. Also, deposit. None of our suppliers takes credit. So there's no way they'll deliver for me boxes, chocolates, strawberries, and then I pay them after you pay me. It's you pay me, then I place the order, then they deliver to me. If you don't do that, there's nothing I can do. Even if I know for a fact I don't have bad rapport with my suppliers, I've never done, hopefully, something for them to not trust that I'll pay. That's their business. I can't start going to tell them, but my clients pay me after. I can't change their policies to accommodate one client for me.
So more on how we come up with our policies is from some of the questions that we get, or rather some of the things that our customers tell us that don't make us they could be discouraging or demotivating, like when they ask for discounts. Sometimes you check your prices, or rather the quotation that you've given, and then you're like, you haven't even added anything extra that you'll say, okay, nitatoa hii, but then they are asking for a discount. So how do you go about that? See, if it's in your policy that there are no discounts, then no one should come and ask you for a discount. They should know that the price that they send me on the invoice or the quotation is the price that I need to pay. If I'm not comfortable with that, then I'll just go elsewhere. Because discounts, like for me, what I used to do when someone would ask for a discount, of course I won't do something that will hurt my business. So where will I do the compromise? I would compromise on, if the cake was supposed to have maybe a raspberry filling in between the layers, then I'll remove that. So the cake will be there, the cake layers and the buttercream in between, but there's no filling, either chocolate ganache, raspberry filling, strawberries. That's what I'll remove. But then at the end of the day, you look at what you've sent out. Maybe that's not what you want as part of your brand. You want your cakes to be, there's a way you want people to know your cakes. There's a way they can identify with your cakes. They know that if I'm buying from Princess and the Cake, I know that all the cakes have fillings inside. It's either they'll have chocolate ganache, they'll have a raspberry filling, a blueberry filling, any, depending on what flavor I'm getting. But then if they cut into the cake and then they see that it's not like they expected, they wonder what happened, but it's because they asked for a discount. So now for me, I don't offer any discounts because I don't want to compromise the standards, or rather the quality, and also because it's something that can affect your brand. Remember, you're sending out this cake to not just to one person, but maybe if it's a birthday event, if it's a wedding, whatever the occasion, if people like the cake, they will ask, who made this cake? Could I have the contact? If you send out something bad, it's a representation of you. So where if on one day you sent out a cake that was very good because you are paid according to what you sent in the quotation, and then to another one because they asked for a discount and you gave them the discount but then lowered something, so the quality went down, of course. So you're giving mixed signals. Where do you stand? What is your standard? Why are you compromising your quality in one cake and not in this other one? Will you start going to everyone and telling, unajua, this one asked for a discount, ukiitisha discount, then no. So just be firm. If you're not giving out discounts, then don't.
You can put down on your price list, instead of no discounts, I would probably have our prices are fixed and are subject to change without notice. And I feel like I get a lot of, is the word flack? I feel like flack is the correct word, but I'm not sure, about my business hours. I'm very strict on my work hours. I'm genuinely, if I say open from 8 to 5, I'm genuinely going to be on my phone or with my phone from 8 to 5. I don't take orders on weekends because maybe you can WhatsApp me. Sometimes I'll respond, sometimes I genuinely don't respond until Monday. Reason being, I'm still a human being. I have family, I have friends. It might be sole proprietorship, me and my business, but I still need to sleep. There's people who call you at 9 p.m, 10 p.m, and then if you don't pick up, they post, you never pick your calls. Surely, am I supposed to not sleep? Also, hear me out. If I'm working, say, like for me, I even say I like orders coming in by Wednesday, because Thursday, Friday, Saturday are going to be my busiest days. So if you want a Saturday cake, if you text me on Friday, I genuinely won't see your text until Friday like 5 p.m. Not because I don't want to, but because that time I'm working on those who already paid, and I have to ni first come first serve.
Yeah.
Those who paid for that date will get served, and then now when I'm free is when I'll check my phone. So it's not that we are being rude, but we're just being human. Business hours zikisha zimeisha. Same for me as of, I think from mid last year, I no longer do cakes that will be picked on Monday or on Sunday. So if you cannot pick up on Saturday evening, then I can't take the order, because Sunday is my one rest day. If you're picking up, I know it's not the same for everyone, but for me, if you're picking up your cake on Friday, if you're picking before 8 a.m., I'll finish it on Thursday before I go to sleep. But if you're picking after 10 a.m., I'll finish up in the morning of, just because that's what I prefer to do. I do the most work the day before, then toppers, photos, I'll do morning of. So if you're picking your cake on Sunday at 2 p.m., that possibly means I'll decorate your cake on Sunday. And you know, it usually in your head it's 1 hour. It's just, I just need to do one coat and put the toppers. And then you start at 9 and at 12 you're still working on that one cake and you don't know how. So my Sunday just disappears.
Yeah.
And then I have to do the cleaning, tidying up. My day is gone. So that's why I don't usually have Sunday pickups, and also no Monday orders, because that would mean my entire Sunday would be spent working on your cake, which Sunday is genuinely my one official off day, because I know my policy is close Sunday and Monday, but Monday is my admin day. That's the day I check, do I still have enough boxes, do I have boards, do I need to order for them? So now Wednesdays suppliers delivering like toppers, like that. So once I know what I need to do, Monday, everything for that week, after I've finished, I come on my phone, and that will probably be like at 4 p.m. That's when I'm finally free. Or it's also the day I finally sleep, because Sunday you had church, you had family, guests. Monday you're the only one now by yourself, but then I sleep then. So that's it for today's video, and we genuinely hope that you've learned something, or you've tried to understand where we come from as home bakers, and we shall hope that Faiza will be joining us again soon. But yeah, that's all for today. Thank you. Bye. I'm not deleting.